more so. When things are finally over. Things will be back to normal. Maybe not the same.
Bleh. I'm just existing. I had nothing
It
going
is a real
on.
thing.
Yeah, that's
What's
how
it
I
called
feel a
again?
lot of times.
Banana
Banana
exist.
And then I got nothing to do, and then
Why would you think that?
It's just very sweet,
I will hurt
and we love it very much because it's that.
And we fucking enjoy it. That's why devils like to make everyone's lives fucking miserable. I've grown accustomed to the taste of sour because maybe I'm just a sour kind of guy. I don't know. Point is, I like seeing people happy, not making myself happy. Right now, I'm technically this is the best smell I've ever gotten on the ship, and that's worrying me.
Is it me?
Oh my god, Pookie Bear! I'm so glad to see you!
Hi, Pookie, hi!
I know! Hey,
I usually don't.
Guppy, my Pookie, I'm handling an HR issue, which means... Get
the
Wait, what?
Oh. She goes through the door. She goes through the window. American healthcare. They break you and then they fix you. What's the cost? $10 million.
Idea was pretty bad.
I'll see him have fun paying the 3 installments.
Man.
I have it on because...
Oh, he's gone.
A child would be alone.
Damn.
Besides the gas, like, none of his abilities matched him out Vestio at all.
As I've mentioned before, hold on, let me pull up what I wrote, just so I can, you know, give you on more informative terms. Okay. Pardon.
Hey, we're just having a work discussion.
Work discussion. Me too, if you... me too.
Thank you.
He's somewhat of a cannibal. A sick fuck. Yeah. A sick freak. These guys are like top notch killers. Shit's insane.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
That's all the information I'll give, at least right here.
Well, you're gonna have to regulate. Yeah, when missions come up and stuff like that, I reckon you people are gonna have to regulate things a lot more clearer.
Most recent one.
So for where?
Iron Grip.
Oh.
We'll not speak of it here because we're ordered to, but
Gravity stationary.
But anyways. But yeah. We're gonna ask a little bit more details in regards of that later.
Are you sure you want to find out?
Yeah. later.
Which report?
Yesterday's report.
I guess dating goes, I guess.
Once it goes, like comes around, goes around. There needs to be a number or a
At least,
needs to be a number or letter put on that
at least
fucking
the
board saying
at
B
least
rank,
what I
X
do
rank.
know.
Everyone's having private talk.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone.
Yeah. Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hi.
Adam Tinga was in here.
Trying to remember which one you are.
Dang it.
I'm the green one.
Guppy?
Gravity forward.
You're purple right now.
Green one.
Well, yeah, you have green, but you're mostly purple.
I got the green gem. That's why I'm the green one.
Eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is all the other ones purple then? Like the...
No, the other ones are like pink, orange, gold, purple, red, blue, and that's it.
So instead of the color of the most important one, you take the gem color?
Yeah. And I'm the green one.
Okay.
Cool.
If that's how they want to do it, that's how they do it.
Yeah.
Now you know my dark secret. My dark evil
Dark
secret.
but okay.
The dark evil
very
secret behind my
plain out there.
Metagram username.
I don't even use Metagram.
What is your Metagram username?
The green one.
God, I should have seen this coming.
Yeah. That's what I was saying.
Probably should have seen it coming.
Hmm. Are they all just leaving? What the fuck are they going? Are they going to the library?
Probably to talk about something? I guess. Have a private conversation in a more secluded place.
What?
Oh my god, private conversations.
Oh my god.
What about the rest of us?
Wow.
He can help too, you know.
Depending on what it is.
Yeah, depending
I mean,
on
I'm
what
not
it is,
gonna help.
exactly.
I just kind of want to hang out with my friends.
Yeah, okay. You just want to be included.
Yeah.
That's fair. They're dead.
When they disappeared, it was green.
I guess they are the green one.
How to keep a secret. It's how I
For the time being,
stays alive for a long time.
Because that will stir him further.
yes, for the time being,
Bird.
like I need
really
to check.
unknown how he feels at
Hi,
the
Guppy.
moment. I never get
Hey,
to talk
Guppy.
with him. Or
Hi.
it
Jeez.
literally happened not
Well,
long, a day ago.
That's even worse.
My fucking
Please machine gun activate.
Fix.
Like I said,
Hey,
though,
there you go.
even if, like stuff like that will have to take time beyond belief.
Probably longer.
And the fact
Give me a
that now
second.
I know
I can,
that little one.
say one of two things.
Now I know the reason that they were crying.
We can either wait for a little bit,
There's
because afterwards
no
you'll
telling
probably be heading home afterwards.
if there's going to be any loopholes towards this. So
Or-
we can't assume anything
We don't know,
this quickly. So, because
because we are literally 40 minutes from South
we do have
Close.
a tendency of making comebacks.
Probably.
I'm good for either.
We go now. We're going to be there for a long while. It's sort of too late for us to come back in.
Hi.
Aye.
But
Oh, hello.
let's just say serious situations have happened during this week, and moods on the Azure are not the best.
Well, I
That's
hope
fine,
it
at
gets
Yeah, I
better.
noticed.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Guppy. Good to see you again.
Hello.
Oh, hey, it's the
Oh my
one
God.
person that likes my post outside of my friends. My God.
I am.
Hello,
Gravity
Guppy.
backwards.
Yeah.
Hey, Ezekiel.
Stationary.
Hello.
Sad.
Please. Oh, seriously.
Why?
Gravity.
Mission with Red Wilds.
Hello.
Apparently, a giant had betrayed his
And
kin and let them all be slaughtered by cultists. They're
Oh.
also
Hey.
worshipping the storms going on Red Wilds.
No,
A
speaking
big
of
fight
the
against
Red
them.
Wilds,
The-
what's the deal going on with that water stuff? Rain.
This,
You guys
this
figured that out yet?
storm? Well, I got one more clue. Seems the cultists who worship it. We were supposed to check out a refugee of giants. They were all slaughtered to the last man.
Okay,
Minus-
that's what you were just
minus-
talking about. I'm so sorry. I'm
minus
just making sure I'm
one.
caught up.
That one had betrayed his kin to the cultists, so he got away,
Gus
sadly.
has been.
Oh,
Close.
lame.
Gus
Get-
has been
We're
kind of an
getting a bit
issue.
closer to understanding
Gus is my robot I
what
made.
was going on, but
I
well,
accidentally
I was
gave
about to
full
ask if you
sentience.
killed
I
him.
got injured, but
Somehow.
Cupcake got
don't
it
know how I
worse,
did
but
that.
we're all alive.
This is the
That's
good.
12th time I
That's
think
That's good.
he's put IEDs in my shoes.
I hope the
12th
king
time
of that
lost.
the giants knows rest. Everything wrong.
At this rate,
Aye.
I'm better off just never buying shoes again.
I didn't
By
quite
the
catch
way,
any of that, but
hmm.
I agree totally.
Sorry, I was just mumbling to myself.
Oh,
They
you're
found the
good.
king of the giants killed by one of his closer one, I guess, close allies, the one who betrayed the giants, and they took his, seemed like his blade and his crown. The bastard.
Well done.
Really do be your
everyone.
own.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
By the way, I think I've. Are you at the Red Wilds? I know you mentioned it. But I don't think we
I'm
ever met.
registered in the guild. I've been there a couple times.
But honestly,
I'm still trying to get my
a bit superstitious.
clothing properly sized. I've seen you in there before. I usually wear my swim gear.
Oh, now I remember.
Yeah, it's the lightest thing I have.
Just 1 year.
So,
That explains a lot, but a pleasure.
No, what I meant was when my
go
weeks are going
beyond
good,
so
apparently
who's-
everything bad happens
Yeah,
to
I'm trying
everybody
to
else.
trying to get out.
Oh.
Maybe I should have bad
Anyways, I'll,
weeks more
But
often.
for now, don't mind the holes in my body. Not the first time.
Be a tank.
Then.
Actually, wait. You're going to get your. You're going to get.
You in a sort of way that isn't beneficial. So he preys on that. All of it is this game to him. Basically strung up.
yeah, definitely.
Not experience, but like, you know, have.
Oh, hello, Bray. Where is everyone at?
Just trying to be a little quirky.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Everybody in the library?
I'm not sure.
As you know, to find like.
Yes.
Then
Oh.
10 squads in a singular day. No, in a singular like what hour? Come here. You're good to go.
Hi.
Guppy, can I use you as a stress toy for a moment?
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
Thank you. Thank you, Guppy.
You're welcome.
Sure, don't be grabbing her by her guppies, okay? Careful there.
No, I hugged him.
It's
Nah,
Guppy.
he
If
can.
there's anyone else, I wouldn't.
I don't mind.
Guppy's a good.
Yeah.
Don't make it weird.
I'm making it weird.
I'm never doing it again.
Very aggressive hug.
Man in the mech.
You know what? Hologram attack!
Oh.
Ah!
Oh damn, you killed Guppy.
Yeah, we killed them.
She's back. It's a very cool
Now you're gonna turn into Guppy over the next full moon.
If that's how that works.
So hey, you remember that really old movie about the guy who killed Santa Claus and became Santa Claus?
That would be Guppy.
Is that how you work, Guppy? If someone kills you,
there's
they
a
become a
movie
new
where a guy
instance
killed
of you?
Santa Claus
No.
accidentally, and then he ends up replacing Santa
I
Claus.
was gonna say, like, is the way you just make more of yourself
kill
through, like,
Guppy, you're gonna
sticking
turn
to
into Guppy.
parasiting people?
No.
Oh my god, that sounds awesome.
I mean, the way my species is supposed to work is we die to make our young.
Yeah.
But since I
I'm aware
can't
of that.
die,
This is in the way, please don't.
yeah.
I'm sorry, little one.
Takoyaki. Oh, the big takoyaki. Yeah.
So that's my concern, not
Oh.
the property damage.
I'm sorry, little one.
Lordy.
Yes, my child.
Hold on. Excuse me, Warden.
How to do a spell to other person. Nice, good job.
Lordy.
I was about to take off my arm and just go. Give me a second.
Mitsu, you can't just go around enlarging people. You're gonna hurt their bones.
Nothing beats
Nuh-uh.
more than a man slapping you across the ass.
Yes. Look at
Isn't it
them.
magic?
This does not work well for them. Look how thin their arms are now. Like, look how thin their arms are compared to their height. This is not right, okay? This is not okay. They need to be like, they need to have a lot more muscle.
Alright. Let's talk first.
I can grow taller, I just don't want to. I already hit my head on the damn door frames trying to enter this place.
Alright, come on, you three. Let's get away
I
from
could
this.
easily be as tall as Vulcan
Oh,
over
wait.
there.
Never mind. They're going up there. It's fine.
You're 5'11", I'm like 6 foot, man. There's not much comparison.
Damn.
I hate this. I hate this.
I could easily be as tall as Vulcan. I just don't want to be. Being taller is ugh.
The Mitsu.
Maybe I could grow taller, but no, I'm tired of smacking my head against doors and ceilings. Reduce size, really? Really? How dare you?
Just a second. Give it a second.
How dare you?
Shrinkage.
Yeah.
Now they're a normal height.
Hold on, I gotta do this.
May I use hybrids against you to do something funny?
Twist. Just because I'm small doesn't mean I'm not weak. Doesn't mean I'm weak now. Really, Mitsu? Really? Really?
Mitsu, quickly.
I can see it's a flip phone. Ugh,
Yeah, it's a
Lori.
Hello Kitty flip phone.
At least your stuff works on the clothing too. There's a reason I don't shrink at all.
So can you make this go away now?
Yes, please. I'd like to go back to my normal size.
Thank you.
I used to be shorter than this, actually.
There it is.
Totally not fourth
I got that
dimensionally.
video, but I actually used to be shorter than that.
Totally not.
I used to be very short. Actually used to be shorter than Mitsu, I think.
Fun.
Good.
We're here to promote
Oh, fuck.
health by working.
Yeah, I was
Apart from
questioning
Cynthia,
her
right
about
talent,
the...
oof.
I was questioning her about the Griffin. Because it makes no sense that a Griffin on its own would just slaughter everything in the area, so yeah. When she said something seemed to be controlling it.
It's actually good for you. It sucks, but you know.
Sutures were done on the field.
Look, I think I looked
Did you treat it like another OR, Mitsu?
I mean, in that situation, it might as well be.
Which actually has more benefits than going to the gym.
No, everything cannot be an OR, Mitsu. That is not true.
Alright. Blake, you want to
No,
talk?
one moment.
Right?
God damn it.
Hmm?
Of course.
You had to show you. I was gonna like smack the air. I was gonna make. Yeah, you were gonna do your squeaky noise, and then you were just gonna reveal yourself. But no, you had to reveal yourself already.
Mitsu.
And you can still smack me.
I can, but the joke's no longer funny. When I watch as I smack this air and summon Guppy.
I have 3 new friends, soon to be 4.
Yeah, Blake has adopted more children.
I adopted them. Taking care of them, they're my friends. Family.
Uh-huh.
It sounds like adopting.
So
Sounds like adoption with extra steps.
Yeah.
They're my friends now. Friends. They're both friends.
Mitsu, it's a photo.
And this one is a shrine priestess in training.
Oh, hello. Hello, friend.
Howdy. Hello again.
Guppy.
Why? Hi. What do you mean why? Oh, what happened to
Actually
you?
has an archetype, that's why.
Mission.
Oh,
Bolt the giant.
I am capable of being a shrine priestess. I know you want.
Mitsu, you're not being replaced. Don't worry.
No, Mitsu, we're going to train together. Me and the little one. I never. What? I don't understand.
You keep saying you're gonna get the training, but you never do.
I'm waiting on the Oni. The Oni's busy. A lot of reasons.
Without that, you're basically someone's the problem. Got it.
Eight, and then 9.
Also, I'd like to...
Talk to my teacher.
Oh, wait. So, to explain, long story short, brought the giant that betrayed his kin. He got away. This happened to me.
Oh, God.
Or, Hatchling, and hear me out here, make the decision yourself instead of saying, ask my teacher.
Wrong, fuck you.
Hey, so if you want, I can make you a chainsaw made of
You know what? You know what? We're gonna fade this bullshit. Mitsu, you have my permission to train this one how to be things that shrine priestesses do. You never specified which teacher, so we're fade bullshitting this one.
Last time, she shouldn't be.
Jose is not approving of it. I can't accept.
Proximate. She should be on the fucking leader deck.
Why does Rose not approving of it matter?
I know.
Because she's
We gotta have more contingencies in the future, I know, but
Mitsu, stop shaking her. She's trying to speak.
we only have limited things.
Didn't understand at least the,
Again, why does
mental
Rose's
preparedness
input
of the
matter? You can
founders.
have multiple teachers for many different things.
because I care about her feedback and input.
Yeah.
You
So
can care about her
she-
feedback
I
and
want her
input.
to
This is something you
approve.
want.
It has a
So-
helicopter function.
I get that.
Well,
But if she approves of you
hi.
learning, there
Splitting
you go.
headache.
That's
I
the
just
end of
heard
it.
that
She
you called
approves of
people
you
in here
learning,
for some
cool,
reason,
go
so
find
I
a
was
teacher.
curious.
Don't put it up to the point where she has to approve every little
Why?
She wants to
Sure.
teach me the shrine maiden stuff because it's very important to her
Wow.
and everything else. Especially because I'm doing this not just for my own benefit, but because I can also help her at the shrine.
But they also
I already know.
But
She has the blessing of a guardian.
I'm gonna take them
okay,
somewhere.
that's wonderful. I myself would be fine with Mitsu. Rose is the one you need to convince, not me. I keep telling you this.
Mitsu, just message Rose. She has a phone.
I think I'm the
You
one
can try. I
qualified
don't
to
know if
choose
she'll
your teacher.
respond. Last I heard, she's out of touch for a few days.
Home is where we're going to talk about it.
Fucking. So,
I say.
Check mark
Rose
it,
has
and
to.
then everyone else gets
This
it, right?
makes no damn
She'll be
sense
fine.
and
She's a big
sounds
girl. She knows how to take
dumb
care
as
of
hell.
herself.
I know, but when she came around people like that, the way she was.
Okay. Look.
Sometimes just needs to look
I,
up.
oh my god. Either way, I can't do it right now, okay? And let me explain why. There is a little egg that I'm taking care of.
No, got it.
Until it hatches, I don't want to get too distracted with things, okay?
Take it easy.
It's just a little one step into it, and
You want to not anymore.
Lordy.
Congratulations on becoming a mother.
Too much knowledge. There's too much knowledge, Vulcan.
Respawn. Take the portal in here.
Okay, I'll give you that one. That one is my child. I'm going to take care of my baby.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello,
Okay,
Mitsu.
I have to ask again because I'm not understanding. Why the hell does Rose have to approve of who's training you?
Because, okay, her opinion matters to me a lot. And
cool.
Even if I get training from someone she doesn't approve of, me being able to train and help her at the shrine won't happen.
Vulcan just consumed them in the floor, and they teleported out.
The fuck?
It's like, okay.
Damn.
Vulcan literally ate them in the floor.
For a medical doctor. If you get it
That
from
shit's
some
terrifying.
backwaters no one's ever heard of school, someone might not take it seriously. I'm not saying that's what you are. I'm using it as an example before you get angry.
Okay. That makes a lot more sense.
Meow, I wasn't main character enough.
That makes a lot more sense than what you were saying or what I was getting.
I know. I'm sorry.
And I don't want to be
stuck
mean
between,
about
like,
what I was getting.
two
Exactly.
people. I'm sorry. I'm like between
Sorry
two
to interrupt.
conversations.
Cosmo, welcome.
You're fine.
Hello.
Hello, Mitsu. How are you doing?
I wasn't main character enough. They kicked me out.
Well, at least I'm not bored anymore. I've had people to
Finding
talk
me?
to. What the fuck?
Oh, I was gonna do
Oh,
something.
yeah, sorry about earlier.
I'm bored now.
And I
Trying to convince
apologize
them
for my work
You
conversation.
guys are fine. This shit happens all the damn time with you. It's alright. Don't worry about it. It's like nothing
more
new
than
to
I
me.
wanted.
If anything,
That'll be
this
on
is like
you.
something I'm very used to anyway, okay?
It's still
So
good
don't
to
worry
see
More than
about
you.
I'd
it.
like it to, but
Good luck on training.
Look, this is how it's been like since day one with me. Don't
Brutus is
worry
going
about
to
it.
be
It's
helping
fine.
out, though.
Listen, I'm the one giving her the blessing.
Okay. Hatchling, here's what you do.
Reach is good.
He
Next
gave me an
time you see
offering of
Rosé,
takoyaki.
set up a day so she can, so she and Mitsu can fucking talk about this.
They're on board this ship right now, too.
Multiple times.
And they both keep
And?
missing it.
No, she's spoken with Rose.
Everyone's
Rose
good
said
now.
no.
But Brutus is going to head back to
Oh
the
my
beach.
gosh. Why didn't you lead with Rose said no? Mitsu Rose said no. Drop it. It's as simple as that. Yes, I understand you want to teach Blake. However, what would you rather have? You keep pushing the issue and Rose
I'm gonna
says
go
no
cuddle
flat out
my
entirely
egg.
to the point where she says you can't even do shrine work with with Blake. Or do you want her to just say no to
Damn
the
it.
training only?
Did you need to speak with her?
I was going to say those
have
Pokemon
to-
thing were kind of intriguing, and I wanted to go out and see them.
See, she's holding a Pokemon
I
egg.
get you want to.
Okay.
Where did you get that
What
from?
comments did she have?
I've been carrying it.
Oh,
How do you swap
She's a
between-
single
I'm not
mother
even...
now. Can't you tell she has an egg and everything?
yeah, I can see it now.
You're a dragon. Dragons lay eggs. This is clearly your child. Okay,
Oh.
what comments has Rose
On
said
Intergalactic
that-
Egg Laying Day. How appropriate.
Anyways,
Yes.
Just that.
if you can,
She said,
if you go on these excursions with these creatures, please let me know. I would like
Sure.
to go out and see them.
Sure.
okay. Mitsu,
That's all.
I'm
I
sure
just
Rose
wanted to
is
say
well
that.
aware you're a great
Okay.
priestess and knows you
Brother.
take great pride in your work. However,
There you go.
I think Blake
So they
wants
can
to
just
learn how
take
to
the
work.
egg
Be a
into
shrine
like your
priestess for a
brain.
very specific thing, i.e., whatever
Soul,
Rose
more
is
like,
a shrine
but
priestess.
effectively.
Your training would be for
Neat.
Tamamo, and yes, well, there would
I didn't know
be
you could
some
do that.
overlap in how things are done.
Neither did I.
Rose probably
She found
doesn't
out just
want
because she
the
didn't want to let
hatchling
go
to
one day.
learn fully,
Oh.
or to learn that
I think-
fully, and then have issues.
I'll be honest, I
getting
think
used to
brooding
it.
instincts is kicking in for her.
Yeah, seems like it.
She agreed if you're supervised by Oishi. Then just wait till Oishi comes back, okay? I'm not taking back that joke, by the way. I found it very funny.
I mean, you're not wrong. She is basically a mother now.
I mean, she's been one. Have you seen the people she's apparently adopted?
You're missing out. What do you mean I'm
Hmm?
missing out? I'm
Don't-
just
don't-
here,
don't engage.
Mitsu.
Don't engage.
Hi.
You're right,
Charlie
you're right,
Rancher,
you're
don't
right,
engage.
you're right, you're right.
I am literally saving the two of you a headache right now. Do not ruin
Yeah.
my work, or I will throttle you two.
Then I will say
I
no.
don't care if your necks
Anyway,
break this. I don't care if
the
your
boys
necks
gonna
break.
learn about
You guys will
Pokemon. Do you
bounce
want
back.
Pokemon?
Why would I want a Pokemon?
I don't know. I'm
wanna fight
asking you.
one, but want one. Anyway, yes, Mitsu, just wait until Oishi comes back, and then you can
the
train
creatures
with
we showed you a
Blake.
picture of.
Whenever Mother comes back
The
from
what
her
was
trips
it?
to the...
Also,
Too fucking
Mine
old
and-
for this. Ugh.
Didn't you say you were in your 20s?
Go to Peg.
Physically. But I'm like hella fucking old, Cosmo.
Then you should. Then your body shouldn't be all like tired like that.
They don't really
Perhaps.
have
Out
like
of
set
mental
times
and spiritual
together.
exhaustion, okay? I was out there while everyone was acting all depressed for some goddamned reason. Despite the fact I
Fair.
know, like, half of them really should not be depressed about whatever the fuck everybody else is depressed about.
Fair.
I then wandered around bored as shit because the people I normally talk to were
Hold on,
engaged
let
in
me-
their own things.
let me make a
I
little
can't
opening
talk
in the
about 'cause I
barrier.
don't even
There
understand
you
or
go.
know or care about it.
Fair.
And then I just got done negotiating with Mitsu, who is not easy to negotiate with, by the way.
When is it
Surprise.
ever easy?
Be nice.
It's probably because we keep resorting to bribery instead of blackmail.
I just.
Mm.
So yes,
On top
Yeah,
of
they're
that,
less.
and in all full honesty, Cosmo, I'm still moving around like I'm in my 40s. My body might be in its 20s. I'm still used to my body being in its 40s, despite being hella old by this point, okay? So
I
forgive me if I'm gonna
understand.
sit down and be like my old man bones. Yes, I'm actually old. I'm not that young. You are like 2.5 years old. You don't get to say shit.
I do. I do get to say something.
I don't care if you remember.
Do you
your
have a
previous
nursing
life.
home you wish to go to?
My tech.
Oh,
Little shit.
Technicality, I am 5, considering I've been here for.
Thank you,
No,
Mitsu,
there's
for
not.
remembering not
You
holy
are
magic.
not 5. You're actually in your 20s. He, on the other hand, only actually came into being
here, I can heal you
2.5
too.
years ago.
Then it's only been 5 years of metaverse
Thanks.
existence.
Am I invincible
Yes,
again, or am I
that's
just
not your
healed?
actual age.
Neither. I didn't really do anything.
Oh,
Just
okay.
made little sparkles in the air.
Okay. And then
Would've
I'm
been
also
fine. I
dealing
got
with
you by your shoulders anyway.
Go
My
for it.
Dorothy's fine.
You can
She's
visit her
upset.
whenever. She doesn't.
Alright, I'm gonna
upset
cast a
you?
spell on
She
Grey
does
Warden now.
sometimes, but
Okay.
Why is Dorothy upset?
I
you're
don't
going
know
now.
why
Sega,
Dorothy's
you
upset.
take this LSD vision away from me. What do you mean you don't know how she... She should have said why she's upset.
you know
Well,
what? You know
she-
what, Guppy? Guppy. I need you to make me indestructible for a bit.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Mm-hmm.
So, what nursing home you want to go to?
So I want to point out, in the event that you
dear.
were made physically invincible, that does not make you emotionally invincible.
Go for it.
Oh no, I'd rather not hear this.
He's
Have
already
fun.
walked off. He's already walked off. I actually don't have any material for you. All the material I have is for Blake because I still haven't figured out what to actually use against you.
See? I knew it was bluffing.
Bluffing?
I guess so. That means I
Bluffing?
can take it this way.
Just the slow turn. Oh, that's better. I'm not bored anymore. Yay. But no,
You're
I don't. I literally don't have anything I can say because I don't know anything I could realistically use that wouldn't be flat out just being an ass for no reason.
Yeah, there's a difference between just being an asshole and, like,
Yeah.
taking the, what was it the Brits saying? Taking the piss out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, what Alice says. Because I can do that with Blake. Like, I have plenty of fucking material to use against her.
I know, and I was waiting for you to use it on her, despite it being me out, but...
I
Damn.
could, but it's not the hatchling. It's you who's out at the
I'm
moment.
aware. I'm aware, I just wanted to catch a few strays, that's all.
You want her to catch a she wouldn't be she'd be catching strays if it was the both of you, or if I'm like,
True,
and
true.
not let's not get started on the hatch thing, and then there's some stuff. I mean, if I want, I could.
Mhm.
Like, for example, all this martial art is skill, and yet she can't open or run a single dojo to save her life. She's gone through how many teachers now? and yet not one of them has said you're a great student without the exception of the ones currently in the metaverse. Now, I don't know if that's them or her not paying attention, because she has the attention span of a goddamn butterfly. You could be talking to her, and then all of a sudden, she looks off to the side, it's like, oh, hey, what's that? And then forgets she was in a
Oh, hey, what's
conversation
that?
with somebody.
Dark, spooky, ominous, evil cloud.
Plug yourself in.
No, they're not in here. Are they up here? I can tell that they're grieving in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will leave that to them.
They were kind of going through it in the bar too.
Understood. Okay. Anyways, has Grey Warden stopped with his little tirade to Shiro?
I don't know.
Or are
I
they
think they're still in the library.
Yes, that's what I meant. Are they? Hold on. Good now.
Okay. Okay, I'm not
Don't
gonna
worry,
do it.
we just started taking the piss out of Blake because I actually don't have anything to say against Shiro. That would not be actually mean.
Okay.
Look at you, able to just float.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
hang on,
technically
no,
sitting on
else.
something.
She's able to put away
Oh,
all
yeah, you
this
are.
food she eats, not just because of her, not only just because of her key
Just like me for
martial arts
real.
and everything. She burns so much calories, and yet she can't gain a single ounce of muscle or fat anywhere in her body, and she has to rely on a pill to grow in many
She is
different
actually-
ways.
I mean, you're not wrong there.
Sheesh.
Hey, in Blake's defense, she didn't choose
That is
to be
fair.
in that
That is
state.
true.
That is.
That is
fair.
true. However, she's like in her, she's what, like 25 now or something? She should still be able to
I
put on
think so,
muscle
yes.
and grow fat and such. And yet she still hasn't. And I know for a fact, as much as your key burns calories and such, as much as your martial arts burn calories, I've seen how much you guys eat. I know what calories are going into you. It makes no sense.
I'm trying to get to the bottom of that as well.
I'd
Trust
say
me.
it's going to her thighs, but she doesn't even have thighs. It's certainly not going to her chest.
I guess they're going to
She's
mine.
pretty much as flat as she was before. Probably. It's probably all going into Guppy. Did you set up some sort of psychic link or something, Guppy?
Why would a psychic link involve
Maybe.
the stomach?
I don't know. Hell, it could be going to the Clasels for all I know. I don't know.
Is that why they're so like angry and like full of energy?
No, that's why they got
So
big
many
tits.
calories.
No, they're angsty. What?
That,
They're
but
very
no, I'm pretty
angsty.
sure it's because they're constantly, angsty, constantly on PMS or whatever.
Man, it's like they fight like they're cats.
They are all
Yeah,
cats.
right?
Very much.
They are
You know
cats.
what?
Alright.
We should get them all in a room and just throw a bunch of catnip at them.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, unironically,
Oh my
you were
gosh.
right.
It would
Catnip
not,
and a
it
laser
would
pointer.
Not be hard for you to call a meeting.
And a yarn ball.
No,
Yeah.
it would not be hard for you to call a meeting, get them all together, and then just like cannon, catnip, and just leave.
No. I would lock the doors and I'd be in there with them because it won't affect me. And I'll just tell them, like, I want to let you know I have filled the air vents with catnip.
The air vents are catnip.
I see. So yes,
Hello,
as I
novella
was.
protagonist number 1. Welcome to the chaos.
Hi.
Here's another conversation I would need to have. All right.
All right, good luck.
What happened?
works. Because
I thought they were supposed
Okay.
Another reason why I don't like that. Anyway,
I didn't
what were
mean
you
to bring
saying
down the
before I
mood.
neverly started
No,
taking the
you're
piss
fine.
out of Blake again?
Let's see.
I understand.
I don't think it was anything important.
All right.
Just
Dealing with it. My own way.
And then yeah, I have no clue what's going on. Oh right, no, I was questioning why everyone was depressed the way they were, because I have no clue what's going on outside of like one thing, and then you said later.
I mean, I can go over it now. It's just a matter of how much
Based
I'm going
on
to
the
get yelled at later.
vibes,
Just in case.
I would
I mean, I'm not gonna
guess.
say shit to anybody. Why would I? I mean, let's be honest.
I guess that someone
Who
died.
the fuck am I gonna tell?
Actually, hold on. I actually got a question for you three.
Okay.
All right, tell me the vibes of the place. Like, what do you feel like when you come visit
Everyone's
the ship?
sad and depressed right now.
Like right now.
Okay, that's yours.
Yeah, everyone's depressed.
Well, not today in general, not like right this second. Okay.
In general, yeah. In general, it's like chaotic. It's not really calmness, but in general, it's chaotic. But there is a
It's
lot of depression.
lively.
I feel that's.
I don't know.
Yeah.
This is like the first time
Today
I've been
is,
here
like,
in
really
months.
Depressed.
I know it's. Wish I could say this day was unique, Guppy.
Yes.
Damn.
There's a lot of depression and angst that goes on for some reason.
What was I about to say? Right, Dorothy. She is upset. Yes.
Why
that's
is she
what I was-
upset?
Marines not giving her attention, or. Well, yeah, I
Is
guess
that
with
it?
the name it doesn't matter.
Is that really it?
Yeah.
Well, then all she has to do is like set aside some time for Dorothy. That's it. It's not that hard. What does Reen do? Really, what does Reen do? Tell me. What is her job?
She is studying to become one of those handler people for the grip.
Uh-huh.
Essentially, a high position where essentially they tell people what to go and what to hunt, etc., etc.
Jeez, that sounds annoying as all hell, and like I'd hate
I
it if I
know.
ever had to deal with it.
Yeah.
And I've been trying
See
to
what
coax her
hap-
study.
Ooh.
And I've been coaxing her to not do that,
Rotates
considering
back.
of her
With-
status.
You're like a shark. If I turn you upside down, you just kind of shut down.
Inexorable.
Only when I'm in the fish mode.
All right, fair enough.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure it'll be
to
fine.
know.
She can just use an alias or whatever. No one's gonna know.
Yeah, see what happens when you poke me
Worst
again.
case scenario, we just beat the shit out of people who try to hurt her. Simple as that.
Excuse me.
May I poke them?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a dumb question.
Are you radioactive?
Also, do you mind?
They're
No.
glowing green.
Probably because
Do
of
you
that.
mind?
But I've also heard
Kinda
her
like,
herself into
yeah.
sleep.
Sorry, my thighs. Sorry, my thighs are very thick.
Something about her
True.
wanting friends.
And keep them to yourself.
Hmm.
I do my best.
Look,
Why,
we don't
why do you
know
think I
the
used to use my
dimension
amulet to
abnormalities
change my
for
strategy and trick
Sidon,
myself?
okay? As soon as we figure out how they're, then we can take Dorothy on play dates.
That she said she's lonely. That's the thing.
She's lonely. Send her to daycare then.
I would not.
There are daycares out there for kids like her, that can like handle people of her strength and shit. Trust me, there is.
Maybe. Actually, no, I can believe that.
The thing is, Grey Warden, you understand what she is in your terms. And I understand how she is in my terms.
She is a child.
The overarching picture.
This is cure. This
If
is
she gets emotional,
so
she is going to get very
enjoyable.
upset and probably lash out. And I'm trying to not have that happen. Because I'd rather not lose her again.
This is amazing.
And I'd rather not have another situation occur. Anyways, yes.
Grandpa.
You little shit.
No, I'm not even joking. Every once in a while, just have her play with you for a bit.
Don't know how to handle children.
You just bit onto a
Just play
barrier.
with her. Watch movies
Incredibly
with her.
hard.
Give her
What does that
cookies.
mean?
Ask her to play with you. She'll tell you what she'll tell you what the game is. If
I
you
can
ask
bite
her
through
the
steel
rules
and
of the
tungsten,
game,
I think.
She'll explain it. She's a kid.
This is much harder than that.
This is a base dash shit. What is this? Hard light?
Offload her onto Gaia.
It's barrier. barrier incarnate.
Yeah, don't do that.
The most barrieriest barrier to ever barrier.
No, I
You
guess
say
you could
it-
run around.
Now that's a
you
barrier.
equate it
Yeah.
to a story of that.
It's kind of my whole thing.
Oz story thing.
It's less she's equated to it and more. I think that's
Well,
where her inspiration comes
that
from.
and this.
But that's about it.
I'll clean it up. Don't worry.
I look
What
at
was
her and I
that?
see a
What
child.
was that?
I know where this is
Oh, here, I'll show you again.
She's muttered that in her sleep.
Which
She doesn't say it out.
Is it sand? Is it sand? Is it sand?
I don't
Yeah.
know specifically. She vague friends.
Dustpan.
I have an idea as to who those
Zip.
friends are. I think I know like
Zips around, taking sand and putting it into a sack. Just
Tin Man and the Lion.
Do we know anything about either
I was
of
gonna
them?
clean it up.
time speed.
Do you want the honest
Do you know how
answer?
valuable sand is in construction? You know how useful that thing? I can make glass out of this thing.
Yes or no?
It's just sand.
Yes, I know of
It's everywhere.
two of them, the Tin Man
Yeah.
and the Scarecrow.
Sand is
Yes,
very
I know
useful,
anything
especially when you
about
come from a
the
wasteland. It's just mud and dirt.
Haven't come across him in any paperwork.
And there's probably sand beneath the ship.
Ooh. Give me a moment. She's
Like
not
on the
here.
ground.
I don't want her to hear this.
Who? Specifically.
Dorothy.
No, she's not here. I do not sense her presence anywhere.
Okay, I have to ask. Do you guys actually want the honest answers to who they are? Well, who and what they are? Or do you,
You know
want
I
them
do.
to be like, here's the very basic, this is what they look like, have fun?
As much information as we need.
Wait, hold on. Let me give you a layer of privacy. Avalon, cut the cams
I
and
can
the recorders.
still just
Thank you.
break the cameras and such. I much love
It's
to break
cheaper
these
if I
things.
do it this way.
Yeah, but it's so much fun
That's
to break
true.
cameras. Okay, so what the fuck just fell on me?
Nothing.
Guys got leaks in
no-
your ceiling.
No.
It was
Oh, you're
sand.
under
Just running
Windows,
out
that
there.
makes sense.
Yeah. Don't you hit me with the fucking
Okay,
cups of
okay.
raw. Yes, before I get
Hold
okay.
my hand.
We'll start with the Scarecrow.
Okay.
Because honestly, I believe he's the biggest problem child out of all of them. From what I read, it is the Scarecrow searching for wisdom.
Okay.
From the files I've read, whenever someone with a prudence, i.e., yeah, you're smart enough, goes, works with him, and then leaves, he breaks the fuck out and starts sucking out people's brains.
Okay.
That feels thematically
Yes.
Is there
appropriate.
anything wholesome
Like
in your world? No offense.
Wizard of Oz
There's
shit.
a thing I have read, apparently by an agent named Bong Bong. That's not a joke, that's their name. To directly quote, yes, this looks cute and fluffy. However, it is a sham. Everything cute and fluffy here will kill you.
Okay.
My God.
Tin Man is a lot better, but still kind of bad. He's a lot more reasonable. He's not gonna immediately jump someone just because they're smart, or, in his case, because the Tin Man wants a heart, jump them because they're kind enough. However, that's the first time, apparently, he sees them. If someone else with a, quote-unquote, equally as large heart or kindness were to show up, well, from the logs they have on him, apparently there was a story he told them. He was given a heart of lead after asking for heart. When he asked why it was lead, he was told, "You're a machine, and machines have no need of a heart. This will suffice for you." To which he killed the man who made him that heart, and took his heart and put it inside him instead. An actual heart for what he was searching for. Again, there's nothing nice or kind about anything in the city, it seems. Anything nice and kind can and will kill you if you don't know how to deal with it, it seems. To which he will go on, apparently according to the logs, he goes on a rampage, killing everybody, sticking their hearts in his chest for some reason. I don't know, okay? I'm concerned about them
Probably as
coming
a
up because,
fuel.
more than likely as a fuel, I don't think it's needed as a fuel source. At all. I genuinely think it is a want and desire to have that heart to feel, more than likely.
I have a question.
Because I'm sure you've heard the saying "heart of stone." Yeah.
I admit I'm someone on the back foot here in terms of knowledge, but these things all seem to be based off of a story of some sort. In Dorothy's case, the movie we're referencing, the book, whatever.
Wizard of Oz. Yes.
Can we fix the endings?
Probably. Maybe.
Put a
it is
better
possible.
twist on them?
I don't think that's how that works.
Enkephalin is human suffering. That's not a joke. From everything I've seen, every log I've read, every abnormality I've fought with, it seems Enkephalin is distilled human suffering. The positive boxes, that's what's usable. And negative gets thrown back into a barrel to be used for something. I don't know what.
Like Loosh.
Well,
so I don't think it could very well be possible to put a happy spin on this and change the ending for them. I don't know though. I don't know anything about the Scarecrow story. I just know it takes a swirly straw and just sucks people's brains out. That's about it. The Tin Man wants a heart. My best guess is to feel. Again, there's the saying, heart of stone. You don't feel anything. The issue is, I'm not sure if it is satisfied with only a single one, because apparently it's gone through rampages through the facility through a lot of clerks and agents before. So one doesn't seem to be enough. So maybe it loses itself in that feeling. I don't know. Those two I'm worried about. If it was possible to help them control their impulses, sure. That'd be better.
We're missing one of the four, though.
The lion. And that's my biggest concern. I don't know anything about the cowardly lion. Who wants a spine, who wants courage. And that's what's concerning. I don't know anything about him. So I don't know what he does, how he behaves, how he acts. I know the Tin Man is fine until someone who has temperance or too much heart shows up. At which point it gets restless. It doesn't break out immediately, but the next time someone goes in, they're done. I know the Scarecrow will hunt down anyone who's smart. Probably to fill a void it's missing. The lion is unknown to me. Entirely.
What do we know about the story? What
In the
did
story.
he get?
So in the story, if I may.
Yes.
So in the story, Dorothy goes through her travels to go home. Along the way, she meets a cowardly lion, a scarecrow made of hay, who is quote unquote not smart, and a Tin Man who has no heart.
Okay.
In the story, once they go to the end of the Yellow Brick Road, and they find the Wizard of the Emerald City, the three creatures get what they sought, but they had it all along. The lion showed he had courage throughout the journey. The Tin Man showed he had compassion, therefore a heart. And the Scarecrow had clever ideas, showing that he had brains.
Okay. Courage. This is probably going to be a negative spin on things. Okay, continue.
However, hold on. Those things were only found that they had when they were with Dorothy. Beforehand, the lion was cowardly. The Tin Man was heartless. Well, quote-unquote heartless. And the lion was...
You said
well,
lion, Scarecrow.
The Scarecrow...
wasn't the brightest, apparently. But that's probably because
He
it was just,
didn't-
again, on its own.
Yeah, he didn't put in effort.
There's something I'm wondering. What about Oz in all of this?
Well,
what I've
that's-
learned about the abnormalities, everything is a monster. In every sense and shape. If a story
The
looks
monster
kind...
can take multiple forms, though. Because you have to remember, there was duality with the Wizard of Oz. Do you mind?
What do you want?
I said technically everything's a monster. And could I agree with you? I'm slightly offended.
Good, be offended. I don't care.
It's
That's the unfortunate truth of everything in
I
the
like this person.
city, and specifically Elcorp. For example, the Big Bad Wolf and Red Riding Hood. These two fuckers have some sort of, I don't even know what to call it. They have some sort of hate rivalry that I don't want to watch, but have read logs about. The wolf apparently is actually a sweet guy, but can't help but eat people apparently because of the stories. You can free the trapped employees apparently, very easily. He's not happy, but when he breaks out, all of that suddenly he stops caring, like something goes from his head. Simultaneously, however, Little Red is a fucking mercenary hunting down that bitch wolf. Who then gets very angry if someone else contains the wolf instead of her. To the point where she hunts down that employee in particular. I don't know what those two have. I want no part of it, because if I feel like if I leave them alone for too long, something's going to happen. I do not want to see it at all, or want any part of it. They're crazy, the both of them.
As a former field researcher of a company that's no longer around, I would be interested in seeing that, but also I'd be concerned of seeing that in the first place.
I was just going to say, I only came in here just to give my farewells for now. I'm going to retire back.
Take care. No, you're saying goodbye. I just want to say bye, my friend. Good to see you again, Inyako. Next time we see each other, we gotta fight.
Of course.
What you thinking?
Okay.
Something I keep coming back to, but we'll let Cosmo have his thought and knowledge about the wizard.
Yeah.
Okay, if I can. Thinking about it. You mentioned something about powerless, what now?
So the wizard in the actual thing was revealed to just be a guy. He had no actual power.
Okay.
His ability to get Dorothy home boiled down to a hot air balloon, which was revealed it's what got him to Oz in the first place.
Okay.
So in theory, when the wizard manifests, it could be in any number of ways. It could be the great powerful wizard. It could be something with control over tech or something like that. Or if we're to twist it in a terrible way, something that makes others powerless. I'm just spitballing here, of course.
See,
Plug
the
in,
issue...
see if I can find stuff on the scarecrow.
Yeah, so the issue is being here. We know that certain creatures, I don't want to call them that because let's just say that certain creatures can merge together.
Yes. Some of them actually work together to do something. Good example, there's two fishes, yin and yang, turn into a giant fuck-off dragon. That's not a joke.
I didn't think you would be joking about that.
Then we have the issue with the birds, and we can already probably tell because of Dragono.
I still don't even know what actually happens when the big one pops out. I just know it's bad.
What if this is an instance where that's the case?
All four of them gathered together and something happens.
Either they merge together or they go on their little adventure and then Oz shows up. And if Oz shows up, that would be considered the highest level of danger, probably, because then that would be a fusion.
I don't think they'd all fuse into Oz, no. It's less fusion and more a
Or they
result
summon
from
it.
Yeah, summon would be better. Hang on. I was always smart all along, always had the heart. What if everything in the story is twisted? Hear me out here.
Okay.
Something I've noticed, there's a lot of references in L Corp to literally, for example, they have a warning system known as the trumpets. 7 trumpets, also known as the 7 biblical trumpets, calling the end.
Yes, once all 7 trumpets are rung, the world is ended.
Yeah, and all that. Another thing I just noticed: prudence, fortitude, temperance, justice. These are heavenly virtues, opposite to your quote-unquote sins.
Okay. Weird. Okay, interesting.
What if everything is twisted in a way to also reference... hear me out here. The Tin Man wants a heart.
Okay.
I don't know why. It was given a heart of lead and was greatly upset by this. It gets a warm, ooey gooey, whatever heart. But then it goes crazy and starts killing things.
Okay.
What if... Something I've read and recall from the Tin Man's logs. It only does this to people with a high enough temperance. I think the issue here is not they are uncontrollable or they just keep going and going. I think it's genuinely a lack of control. The Tin Man wants a heart, so he grabs the biggest one he can find, but doesn't have the temperance to handle it. You can think of it as, if you were an L Corp employee, you'd better understand it, but you're not, you're you, and you can just sling around A-lifts like crazy. So we'll think of it like this. Think of it like operating heavy machinery. Any person can get in a car and drive a 4-door sedan. You need specialized training to get into a goddamn, digger or an excavator. You can't just go from 4-door sedan to an excavator. The controls are entirely different. Yet they are both functional vehicles. It could be
lines
that
up with
he's...
something.
Yeah, the Scarecrow's probably smart in its own way.
You said
Wait,
these were all
jumping
made
too
with
much.
something that's like condensed suffering? If I understand this right?
From what I've seen and read, Enkephalin is produced by human suffering, it seems. The abnormalities themselves seem to be products of humans. In what way, I don't know.
I might have an answer to that.
They are from fables, their own stories, their own origins. For example, your rifle, the blue one, belonged to a man named Der Freischütz. This man made a deal with the devil, and it turned out poorly, but he became one himself.
A devil?
Yes, doing the exact same thing the original one does.
Okay.
His whole thing was, each bullet you can fire, but the final one will kill the one you love the most. So he went on and killed everyone he ever loved. And then he became a devil himself, because I think the final bullet killed himself or something.
Okay.
Seems sorry.
For example, there is one
I
named
just spaced
Spider-Bot.
out here. What the fuck did I just come back? What the fuck did I just manage to come back to?
Don't worry about it.
We're
Space out
talking.
Don't worry
For
about
example,
it.
there's
We're talking.
there's an abnormality known as the spider blood, entirely calm and fine, until you step on one of her babies, to which she doesn't kill the employee, but she does what a spider does. Bites them, injects them with venom, wraps them up, leaves them hanging, and then just starts, doing what spiders do. Dissolve them into a slurry so they can slurp it up, because they don't have teeth to chew. And apparently you got more Enkephalin when an employee was strung up. This happens with, I think, 2 other abnormalities. So everything is twisted in a
Enkephalin?
negative... Yes.
Don't worry about it.
So everything's twisted in a negative sense. That's probably what's happening with them. The Scarecrow, something happened, and that's why it's seeking wisdom. I don't think it's seeking wisdom specifically because it's literally sucking out people's brains. I think it's trying to replace what's in its head. I think something's broken. I have no clue what you're going on about. I think something's either broken or flat out missing, and it's trying to replace it.
I think there's a term in Buddhism called samsara. The term is the cycle of suffering. It stems from the idea that to live is to suffer.
We gotta keep you away from the thought of monk.
Probably.
I'm sorry. What did you say about monking?
No.
There's something known. Lordy. Okay. Anyway, as you were saying,
I'm dense as fuck. I need an
I'm
explanation.
sorry, but we're not explaining again. We're trying to have a conversation.
It's okay.
Please.
Keep up if you can. If you can't, that's fine.
Anyway, as I was saying,
yes.
The concept is to live is to suffer. The reason for that being, all good things will end. But the bad things have to end as well. This is a shot in the dark, but one of the ideas of Buddhism is overcoming suffering. A number of ways, such as removing yourself from the cycle of reincarnation and so on, but
Okay.
if we could, if it's hypothetically, for example, the Tin Man, from what Ray is saying, if we can make him realize that he has a heart, if we can break through to him, in theory, he could overcome his own suffering.
The issue is he does physically lack a heart. But I get what you mean. That could work. We just have to be very careful about it. I hate actually suggesting this, because it makes me just as bad as the rest of you. We can probably talk to Ellis about making a heart. And then, what we're probably gonna have to do, what I'm probably gonna end up doing, is physically restraining Tin Man until he's able to get control of himself.
The Scarecrow's going to be a harder one from what you're saying.
Tin Man's easy. We know his story. We know the logs. Scarecrow, I don't know his logs, so I'm gonna have to go and search, see if I can find the logs they have on his story. Because it seems like every abnormality has some sort of story with them that they find out over time.
And for the cat, quite frankly, the best we could hope for is be ready to face your fears.
Maybe. We'll find out when he shows up, because honestly at this point, it's a when, not an if.
I
Probably why we
mean,
haven't heard anything about the Queen of Hatred, actually, now that I think about it, Cosmo. She's been out for a while. I've read her file. I know she gets very upset and loses it if no one's dying or in trouble or anything.
with the
I
whole
have not
make
heard
a heart thing,
anything about
wasn't
her.
the whole point of the story that he didn't need one? So like,
Because Zafira,
Ooh.
which I assume she went towards.
Actually,
True.
you raise a
That's
good
like,
point, Guppy.
Why haven't I heard anything about a...
yeah, he's been stealing hearts and it's not been helping.
I haven't seen anything in newspapers about
Hey,
some sort
Guppy
of
had a good
hero
point.
killer. Yeah, he's stealing
Seeing-
hearts and it's not doing anything. I heard.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
but
making
the
a
moral
heart
of
for
the
him isn't gonna
story-
help.
He never needed one because he had one all along.
Like a metaphorical one.
We can try. Again, it all depends on Tin Man showing up. That's the biggest thing.
speaking earlier.
There's one of three. One
The
of
question seemed to be
other
directed
three
at
could
me,
show
so I
up.
responded in confusion when I was told.
That's the
Keep it
issue.
away from that one.
Okay.
For what? The Oz?
Okay.
The Oz Quartet, or?
That is
Talking
the
about
thing to
magic
think about.
girls.
Thank you, Guppy.
The Oz
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, one of them can show up. Assuming one didn't show up when you coughed up earlier.
What?
Oh yeah, he coughed up apparently a while ago. He said he didn't see anything. Hang on. What if it was a lion? Again, hang on.
Why would...
Here's the thing. Wait, maybe. Okay, hear me out for a moment. When Cosmo coughed up Dorothy, we saw nothing until I came back, and then Dorothy was there, right? So she
Okay.
physically had to take form. You said you tried to clean it up, right?
I cleaned up most of it.
Meaning there was still a bunch of Kagito around the area.
Not much that I would think would form something, but I guess.
What if it was the lion? Because if it was the Scarecrow or the Tin Man, all of that would have been gone. What if the lion's not the same size as them? What if the
think it's
lion's
tiny.
small? Hear me out. Everything is twisted here. What some
You're
people
thinking-
call brave and what some people call brave and courageous, some people call stupid. What some people called cowardly or scared, some people may call tiny and insignificant. I'm sure you've
You're
heard the
thinking-
phrase shrinking in on yourself out of fear or something.
You're thinking instead of a big brave lion, we're looking for a tiny cowardly cat.
For now, maybe. But even a rat, if it's cornered, will raise its hackles and bite back. It might be, quote-unquote, scared and cowardly now, but if it feels it has no other choice, it might raise its hackles and grow to who knows what size, and fight back. You'd be surprised what kind of courage you can find when you have no other option.
And considering it's in Astera.
With the monsters and wyverns around, if the lion did show up, if anything showed up, chances are it's probably out there fighting right now. Scared out of its mind, but fighting because fight takes precedence over flight.
Okay. I have
Meaning
a
it probably
question
would-
for both of you.
Okay.
We find one of these. What's the plan? Do we bring them to you and Dorothy?
That might work, maybe.
That honestly might be Dorothy. Considering they
The
all
best.
know each other
Dorothy-
from the stories.
And Dorothy was the one who gathered them all.
This won't have any negative effect on you or Dorothy.
I can hold
Myself,
them if I
I
need
don't-
to. I may
Yes.
not have a Clyfoth field, but I am
Hmm.
really strong. I can restrain them, and if need be, and for some reason they break out through teleportation, I can kick their asses and put them back in their rooms. I think... I wouldn't be
Only
surprised if some of them had that. I know
I don't
Dorothy
think
phases
so,
in and
only
out of
Dorothy.
existence. Yeah, but
Yes.
I wouldn't be surprised. I think, because again, Dorothy gathered them all, I think they'd feel a lot more at ease around Dorothy. So this cowardly lion that might be, who knows, maybe a giant building-sized beast, might shrink back down to the small cat, if it's near what it would consider to be comfortable and safe.
And it would remain docile.
Maybe. Again, take this with a grain of salt.
Howard.
To quote Bong Bong, again, you can't trust anything that's cuddly or fluffy here. It is a sham. Seriously, who the
What is
fuck
this
that
place
kid
you're
Bong
talking
Bong?
about, even?
Honestly.
Probably it's a code name or something. I don't know.
Probably.
Hmm,
not.
I'm curious. I'm very curious now.
Don't worry about it. It's
Alright.
nothing really important. It's just a bunch of craziness.
But Cosmo,
But I like crazy.
City.
If it is in there, you might want to let some other people know.
Reen, L Corp Employee 1, L Corp Employee 2.
Maybe even an upper echelon person. Because last thing we want is for them to do anything bad to it.
I mean, I'm sure that's already happened, to be fair.
You got me thinking about like some kind of rock,
I'll
paper,
be
scissors
completely
dynamic.
honest, if something
do you mean?
bad were to happen, I would have felt it already.
I never said they
I
succeeded.
don't think
but
I'm like really
who
getting
knows,
there.
Maybe they encountered it, they fought, they got away.
It's just like a
and
thought in my
like
head.
Ryan said, this is
Okay.
a
No, no, no,
danger,
it's
and probably
something
put a
I'm
bounty
thinking
or
about.
something out on it, or a warning.
Alright.
So people see it there to avoid it or to hunt it immediately.
I didn't see anything of that, Nate. I didn't see anything in the communications of that, though. So,
But here's the
still
thing,
might have
Cosmo. Don't limit your search to the iron grip. If you're gonna search for stuff like that, you search everywhere. Newsletters, major city information places. Hell, the main guild, because I know the grip is not the only guild of hunters. You search for the main place and you ask and see if anyone's seen anything like it.
I could
Do
ask
not-
the commission, yes.
Yeah, Do not immediately isolate yourself to the grip only, because that's how you make mistakes, and that's how you lack a lot of information. You cast
Not
your
to
net
mention,
wide.
not to mention, if the commission knows what's going on, they can have a better response. Otherwise, they're just going to see some strange creature and do what they do with any other odd creature out of place.
Hunt or research it. And let's hope to Gaia they don't research it. We don't want another
Exactly.
L Corp, or worse, another place pulling abnormalities from wherever they live. L Corp was bad enough that I think it traumatized every last one of them.
Okay, here's what I say from what I say from the Asteria's Hunters Guild. They won't fuck around with dumb shit. They're not stupid.
From what I hear about it. That grip absolutely does.
I went there.
I've seen you all.
I
I've
went
seen
there.
you all be idiots. Anyway,
I have literally never been on a hunt there once. Yet.
You're relatively new, so I can't say much for you, but for the rest of the people there, and considering what occurred yesterday.
Yeah.
The fuck happened on the hunt? Did it just did it go that?
Yes, I'm just going to say that rogue hunters.
that's another concern. Getting the commission out there and helping to find it faster will likely be better, because Lord knows we don't want that faction finding it first.
But the other
fuck
issue
the
is
rogue
now-
hunters. I don't know what they do,
other
but fuck
issue
them.
is that there's a Matsu going on, and most of their
What's a
time
Matsu?
and effort. A very powerful creature that can control weather itself.
Even
Actually,
fight
hang
it.
on, wait a minute.
I'll fight with an Iron Lance.
Dorothy,
Go.
yes?
When we are in the same existence, yes.
Go
Same
to
plane.
Astera.
Mhm.
Find the Cowardly Lion. If anyone can find it, it's you. You have that link. If it came from you, like Dorothy did, you have that connection and link. Like you said, you would have noticed if anything happened to the lion. You by yourself should be able to find it fairly easily.
That's true. Unless it finds me first, and then
Unless it
scares a
finds
whole
you.
jump of people. Depending
Even if
on
that's the-
what.
So you
know,
find that.
form it
So you find them first. You have your silk current. I know how fast you can actually move with that. You
I'll
have your
swim as fast
wings.
as I can.
You have your wings as well from Wingbeat. You can use that to propel yourself. You might not be able to fly, but you can probably propel yourself forward. Use that as well. Any advantage you can to find it. If it's anything like if it's anything like the compasses I gave all of you, you won't know the exact location, but you might know a direction, and that's all
I
you
didn't
need.
get one.
No, you didn't. Because it wasn't for you. It's for the Zhangs. I say Zhangs. Sorry. I see
Oi.
these two and I immediately think Zhang because that's the last name they've had for the longest fucking time. Okay? I'm slow. I'm old. It's for the Amais and the Clisels. Despite the fact that none of the fuckers ever seem to use it when anyone gets lost or is in trouble.
To be fair, I don't think anyone has gotten in trouble as of late except for Cora.
Which is true. But one of these days, I'm gonna remind you all. Someone's gonna get kidnapped. I'm gonna remind you all you have it, and you're gonna find them like the next day and rescue them immediately.
Oh no, I still have mine. Hold on, he's just gonna open up his
You
bag.
should still
He's
have
gonna take-
yours and Reen's.
Yes, I still. Doesn't Reen have yours? Yeah, I have mine here.
Yeah.
But
Yes, Reen does have mine because you distorted before she could get hers from you.
okay, I left it in the house. She probably has yours in the bedroom.
It's probably like hers is probably like in some sort of drawer somewhere, just collecting dust. Anyway, go to Astera. If you can find the lion, that shouldn't be too hard. If you can find them, I don't think you'll be able to tag them. But if you can find them and you know a general idea or general location, you should be able to find them even quicker. And maybe next time bring Dorothy with you. See if you can see if he will calm down in her presence, or if she can help him calm down. If not, you grab her and you hightail it the hell out of there.
Man, can you believe this?
Or-
He gives them to the Amais, the Clisels, but not the Emerald Eyes. This is
No, I
bullshit.
gave it to them because they were all family to
Is that
each
your
other.
clan name?
It's my last name, apparently.
Guppy
My
and
original.
Moldive? Okay.
No,
No, I
like
wonder if I
my
shove
original name
something
was
down her
Molly.
throat, will she get gagged? Probably.
Molly?
Or no, Molly. That's what it was. Molly Emerald
Like,
Eyes.
what the fuck? Like Molly? Really? The most basic Terran name? Okay.
Nah, Molly.
Alright, see, that's better.
Like Moliander?
Yeah, there you go. There's your choice.
Like holy moly.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
The progenitor of that name was actually named Holly Moly.
I can hit her really hard right now.
I mean, it's not gonna kill her.
Anyway.
It's not gonna hurt her.
No,
Do
we
it.
need to break a wall in the ship, and I'd rather not do that right now.
True. Vulcan already broke that railing there.
Anyway,
Oh wait,
yeah.
no. Vulcan put a
So
hole through
Stara,
that
you should have
wall.
very
That's
easy
right.
ways to get around.
We're gonna broke that.
If need be, ask someone who has some sort of way to fly to help you get around
You
too.
say that. You say that so casually.
Property damage is something these insane people seem to do very easily and very often.
I mean, I'm not
There.
fixing
I mean-
it.
Sorted.
I mean, like, I know I face land into landmines on like a bi-monthly occurrence, but like that's a bit much. If property damage is like your
It is
norm.
the lion though first. And he's not actually that big of a problem. He should be easier to help than the other two. As for Dorothy,
And
I have no
Dorothy-
clue what her thing is.
I have a question.
Yes.
How? I don't know how to say this. How much do we want to involve Dorothy with the lion, looking for it and such? Because we might end up with a situation where she chases him. Or her, whatever.
Okay.
True. That's why I suggested he take Dorothy with him after he finds the lion. And if the lion is aggressive to her, he grabs her and hightails it out of there.
That's actually a good call.
I'm smart. Gee, it's almost as if I've done these kinds of jobs before.
I mean, you
Where's
do.
my-
That's why your
where's my
experience is
contract?
valid.
You want me to do my job?
I'll be real. Blake has it, but she's currently unavailable.
And if that's
you know
the
what? Fuck it, I'm gonna go
case,
do it myself.
It might help Dorothy with her little
Too
issue
bad.
too.
Being alone.
It wasn't. She's been feeling lonely.
She wants her
We've
friends, yeah.
given her a house, so I don't think that would be an issue. Probably, she has a home now. If we're thinking about how these stories are reversed.
As long as she's not taken from her home, unwilling, of course. She happily goes places, but
She drops a house on people.
Yes, but that's
Can't
a
forget
whole
that.
can of worms that might be an issue altogether. If that's
Yeah.
listen,
Dorothy
I don't want to
wants
know what
to-
happens when she goes into the house, for the sake of my own sanity.
Death, probably. Or explodes. I don't know. If anything, I'm more
that's
concerned.
the issue. We don't know.
I'm more concerned as to what would happen if the four of them meet the wizard. We make guesses as to them, but we easily know what the lion, Tin Man, Straw Man, and Dorothy are.
The wizard's a mystery card, but even then, until the
Even
four
with
are
that,
united, we shouldn't even worry about him.
What would a child hate the most? Let's think of this from her perspective for a moment. This might actually help.
Broccoli.
You gather your aside from broccoli, which we know she does hate. You gather your friends who go on this magical journey to this person you know is supposed to help, or you've been told is supposed to help. You find them only to find this person behind a curtain, pulling levers, doing things not what you expected, and they say they can't help.
Oh dear.
What would a
Liars.
child meet? Lies.
Dorothy does not like when people lie to her. When she assumed, Reen lied to her about the cookies. She
She
still
did
has
get
that.
very fussy about that.
She's still fussy. Next to her, she's very fussy.
Yeah.
Sure, I can calm her down for a good moment, but she is
But she's still.
Leave her in a room. She's still
very
upset.
She's still upset about it. So then, if we
Sister and I can keep her. You're right. You're 100% right.
You've noticed how she's acted around Reen at some times. She's gotten upset. Or has been acting a lot different than usual. Yes. Okay. Doesn't act that way about anyone else, but when it comes to her, it's just that. It's just unprecedented upset. She's just upset.
Probably because of the story. She gets to the wizard only to find the wizard's, well, a big fat liar. Not only that, if we think in the lens of a child, that means everyone else lied too. Everyone who told her and her friends on the journey, go to the wizard in the Emerald City. He can help. Dorothy's at best like mentally 10, 12. She's a child. She's not stupid by any means. But she doesn't have the maturity to understand that maybe everyone was under the same quote-unquote lie she was. And she's not assuming everyone else here lies. Probably because you're here and everything, but the only one she's very fussy with, so if you lie to her once, she's probably going to lose it. Or not lose it, but be very upset with you for the longest time.
Maybe the wizard is someone who can lie, and people just automatically believe it.
No, I don't think that's it.
Interesting conclusion, but I don't think that might.
Well, like his thing is lying.
Trickery, deceit. Ugh.
Yeah.
An adult who tells lies.
Probably. I'm sure if a child lied to her, she might react the same, or maybe she doesn't. I mean, think about it. Everyone who's told her, go to the Emerald City, they were all adults in the story, weren't they? Oh.
No, Dorothy was a child.
I said everyone who was telling her to go to the city, not Dorothy. Good. Fucking...
It really depends. The first people to tell her to follow the Yellow Brick Road and see the wizard was the Munchkins.
It's been a while since I've seen
But there was also the
I thought it was the witch.
And the wicked. Well, no, the witch. Oh, well, I guess she was. She was the good witch.
Yeah, the good witch.
Yeah, the good witch of the
East. I think.
A witch.
A witch.
And then.
Point is, there were.
Oh wait, no,
there's four
no, it was the
witches,
wicked witch of the
one
east
for
that was
every-
smushed.
Yeah.
The witch of the west.
Wait, who was the good witch?
There's two bad witches. There's the one that got crushed. There's the one that chases Dorothy, and then there's the good witch. And I assume there's a fourth one that just never gets brought up.
Fuck. Okay.
Oh.
Because remember, there's the one who shows up in like the bubble in the movie.
Oh dear.
I could
What are
probably
you
do
thinking?
some research, see if they have any files on the other cast or the
I know
wizard in
these stories
particular.
aren't. I know these stories aren't to snuff. I would say
They're not
Right.
1-to-1.
they're not 1-to-1, but this is a very hypothetical. But what if the Wicked Witch is the wizard in this instance?
Oh fuck!
An
But
adult
they
that
talked of
tells
fusion
lies.
earlier. And that. Oh god, yeah. Oh fuck.
I can see it.
That would mean that whatever this person is, or this whatever happens, if they all gather, this could be very. It could be very bad.
Maybe, but at the same time, keeping them separated is only going to cause more problems.
That's true.
But wait, there is a good thing. In the story, even this twisted version, we can see that the Tin Man was given a heart of iron because he
It was
had no
lead.
need for a heart lead.
Yeah, because he had no need for an actual beating one.
In the story, it's the wizard who gives them what they always had. But in this twisted version, it's the wizard who gave him the bad heart.
Was it the wizard?
Well, I would assume.
if it's the wizard, ooh, what the fuck is that? If it was oh god, if it was the wizard, that means then the wizard might be dead because the person who gave him the heart. So yeah, the witch could have taken the wizard's place. No one would
But
know
my
the
point
difference.
is, if this happens, the story's going to recreate itself. In that situation, I do think we will have the opportunity to change their fate.
Maybe.
I mean, I'm being hopeful here. I'll be 100%, but it's better than the alternative.
If that's the case, we could probably do the same with the rest of them, but no, we wouldn't be able to.
Yes
The
and
Oz
no. It depends on the
Quartet-
story.
No, I think the Oz Quartet would be the only ones we could probably do this with. Maybe the
think
Clouded
so?
Monk.
Don't know the story of the monk.
But
going with
a
honest-
whole different story. I don't know about that.
I've read so many abnormality things. For example, the Black Forest Trio, Punishing Bird, Judgment Bird, Big Bird.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I don't think we
Mo.
can do anything to quote-unquote help them. I don't think we can do anything to quote-unquote help them at all.
You beat me to it.
Punishing
Okay.
Bird left the forest with the simple statement of, why do people commit sins? Well, it's because no one's there to punish and stop them. If there was someone to do that, no one would ever commit a sin again. And so it left its forest to never look back. Judgment Bird used to be a even-handed and just judge, whose eyes could
Okay.
see any truth. Unfortunately, it has its eyes no more, and is now wrapped with a tattered bandage that looks like it's about to fall apart at any moment. The scales it has on its neck are crooked, however, heavily leaning to one side. And Judgment Bird's all-seeing eyes now lie in Big Bird, the only one who I think... No, he and Judgment Bird both stayed inside the forest, unlike Punishing Bird. Big Bird, however, has this messed up idea of how people are saved. Judgment Bird's all-seeing eyes now rest within Big Bird, and when someone wanders into the Black Forest, Big Bird kills them because it thinks it's saving them from a monster it can't even see inside the forest, but believes is there nonetheless.
It needs a mirror.
Maybe. 3 birds now as one looked around to find the monster, but couldn't find it. All that was left was the beast and the Black Forest. When all 3 birds enter the door to the Black Forest, that is what happens. The apocalypse. The apocalypse bird. I don't know what it does. I don't know what it's capable of.
I mean, based on the name, I think it's pretty clear.
I think so, right?
Yeah.
But the fact that L-Corp has details on it means it's not apocalypse to the point where it kills everything. Oh, what do you know? I guess
Maybe
we've
if
been
it got
talking for a
out.
while. Anyway. But
That's what
the
I'm
issue.
thinking.
It has gotten out before, apparently, according to the files.
Oh.
It has
So they
happened
tell them
Namaya?
take...
a few
Right,
times.
Namaya, right? Has dealt with
Nama-
them?
Miss Ego is one of them, and I think the Bat may have dealt with Apocalypse Bird before as well. Again, I don't know much, if anything, but there was something I kept reading. In some sites where all 3 birds were together before they were inevitably moved to the main L-Corp branch.
Okay.
Whenever Apocalypse Bird popped out, but was quickly suppressed, everyone gained a wing who survived.
Okay.
There was a quote, I can't remember, I don't know what it was because it was all wiped out. Again, the files are all very damaged. But Apocalypse Bird has popped out before. Whether it was weakened by the
she made
Clyfall
it.
field or not, I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of looks like her.
Oh, that might be also an issue too, considering if it
The
was
Clyfall
weakened
field
by...
is weird. It messes with me, and I'm not even an abnormality.
Oh, then it must be something then.
Yeah. I know for a fact that we might not even be able to quote unquote help them. Because you would have to help judgment help judgment find out that its judgments have been unjust since it's lost its eyes, that its scales have always been crooked and heavily leaning towards one side every time. It thinks it's dealing out it probably thinks it's dealing out proper justice, but it's not. Whatever's broken the scale has broken the scale. Big Bird needs to have its way of saving redefined. Yeah?
I had an idea. If the situation does occur where this wizard, witch, whatever this person is, gets manifested through the the congregating of all the 4 Oz quote unquote characters, who's to say we cannot insert ourselves in the story to change that?
That is what the Jolly Rancher is suggesting.
Yeah, not just like, have whatchamacallit. Why not have Dorothy and the others deal with it alone? Because if that's what's the case, I'm pretty sure they would probably be overpowered by something that's, way stronger than them. Even with the gifts,
cycle
quote unquote.
And the cycle would probably start all over again.
Yes.
We could probably do that.
What if we fight the wizard? If it comes to that.
I mean, I'm for it. How about
My
Dorothy
view
and
is
the others?
I don't think fighting the wizard will solve it. I do think we have to resolve their issues in particular.
I just think you don't want to.
Fighting and beating the wizard works, though, then that's great.
But aren't they the one that gave them the falsified, irrespective, virtues, but turns out to be a lie?
Maybe.
Just like me.
If that's the case, then yeah, we can just kill the wizard. If that's not the case, and it was something completely different, though, we'd have a lot more work cut out for us. But we'll keep it in mind. That's something to keep in mind. So I guess, yeah, Black Forest Trio and the Oz Quartet are people we can help. Potentially. There's another one. Someone you two might be able to help. Maybe. The Clouded Monk.
I would need more information.
I don't think he's redeemed. He went to a funeral for another monk. They searched, but they couldn't find any sharira, I believe it was, inside that dead monk's cremated corpse. This monk gets convinced by a devil to go to this temple to consume all the sharira in there, so they would find sharira in this monk's corpse. Which he now turns into whenever he breaks out into a pareta, I believe it is. Whenever he breaks out, he turns into that and just consumes people whole. So you'd probably have to do some Buddhist nonsense to help him out. Assuming that's even possible. Which is worse, because the monk was even warned about this devil existing by someone when he first entered the village, which he said, devils are naturally formed out of our own hearts, or some shit like that.
Is it true? As one...
I mean, that's what you are.
You're an inner demon, not a devil. There's a very big difference.
Heart demon is another term for them.
Yeah. So I guess that's another one potentially. Who else could we help? I guess maybe...
Red Riding Hood and the wolf. If you can broker peace between the two of them, keeping the wolf fed will be easy enough.
Maybe. There's some very bad blood between... it's bad blood and something else. I don't know, because I've never seen hatred for each other.
The other one is one I believe you've mentioned before, Cosmo, this magical girl.
Oh,
yes.
Not the magical girl trio. Oh, no.
No, not the horse queen.
No, Quartet.
Quartet, right. No, the acid hammers. Oh, no.
So I'm saying this because...
I don't know what happened to her.
Oh, God. We need to explain the quartet, the magical girls, to you.
I know the red one.
Anything. You know the Queen of Hatred, right?
Yes, she looks for evil, and when she can't find it, she becomes evil. A great equalizer in the world.
She's confused it with balance. There must be evil for good to counteract. In her mind, there's no such thing as retirement, I guess. She's fine. So long as she's never put in a utopia or paradise, she's fine. How she can just live in Zafira? Granted, I've not heard...
Shit, you're right.
The issue is I've not heard anything about her. And that's the problem. I haven't heard anything good or anything bad. You'd think
news
you'd
is
hear
good
something
news.
about not with the abnormalities, Shiro. No news is very bad news. Because it means
See what
something
I'm
could have
dealing with?
happened to them or going
You
on
seeing
with
this
them.
shit?
Hey, Cosmo, have you heard any news about a magical girl saving the day in Zafira?
Oh
No, probably
fuck.
when I was a child, but that was way back when.
And that's the reaction I
That's
was
more of an
expecting.
Orlando Saka thing.
Oh,
Is she
shit.
not?
Okay.
If you're not hearing it in Zafira, is she not in Zafira? Is she somewhere else?
I don't know.
Orlando Saka.
And that's my main concern. Because if we don't know where she is, that means she could have transformed into her snake form and is just going on a rampage until she's stopped. There's another
The
one.
other-
It's Gauntlets. The king agreed. Something happened and she started consuming everything in front of her. So she locked herself
Lovely.
away in a cocoon made of amber. So she couldn't hurt anybody. His
So
sword
she
and
sealed
shield,
herself.
the Knight of
That's from
Despair.
Celeste.
Celeste, is that her name?
That's what I called her when I was younger.
Then Celeste, the Knight of Despair, saw what happened with the Queen of Hatred and the King of Greed, and just, as they just started despairing. She's actually fine. She's calm. She's happy so long as she can save one person. And from what I recall, her note said she would bless somebody. And they just don't work the rest of the day. They basically get a free day off, minus fighting. But if
Congrats,
they
you're blessed.
die, she gets so upset she breaks out, and to quote the note,
I'm
the
not gonna do
sword
it. That
she
is
once
a bit.
used
It
to
would hurt.
defend others now.
So,
The sword she once used to defend now point to those she once protected. She's fine.
God bless me.
I was gonna, but then I realized, oh wait, that would hurt you.
Yeah.
I think Celeste is fine. So long as she's able to help at least one person, I think she'll be fine.
And
And I
seems
think
like
if
she's
we're able to
helping
help-
you.
If she hasn't come out yet. If we're able to help the King of Greed and Queen of Hatred too, so they can't
Maybe
lose
I
it as
wouldn't.
well, she'll get better as well. The only one I don't know anything about
Mm.
is where his
Can find out
acid
later.
hammers were from. Do you happen to know?
I remember one. It's been so long, but I remember she was like around my height when I was smaller. I forgot. Think I named her Clover, or she called herself
Clover.
Clover.
We'll run with the name Clover for now. Do you remember any actual like personal details about Clover?
She was green. She
That's
had
just her
like a little.
personality.
Oh, very bookwormish, I guess. I know that
Bookwormish.
she kept on. She liked reading to me, and we liked reading to each other.
Fair
We
enough.
considered ourselves friends. Not as family, but as friends. Something about, upkeeping justice in her. I'm guessing in this instance, you know, this is as much as I can remember. And then, after the situation, which, where I'm at now, cut off. I don't know. I know that she said that she had another friend somewhere, but I don't know.
Then I'm
File
sure
that
we'll
away.
find out. Yeah, I'm sure we'll find out if she shows up. Okay, magical girls. How do we help them? Obviously, the Knight of Despair Celeste is easy. Help the other two.
Thing is, she sealed herself in amber. That one seems like we
The King
just need to
agreed.
make her. Yeah, we need to figure out why she sealed herself.
She was
And-
consuming everything. I don't know. The issue is figuring out why she consumed everything. We cannot remove her immediately. From what I've read, she
No.
removes herself and the Clefoth melts down for a moment. She frees herself unintentionally, turns into a giant monster bulldozer, and just starts eating everything in a hallway before teleporting and doing it again.
So,
I think at best we'd have like a minute or so before the transformation properly takes hold.
So we'd have to pretty much work backwards. Find the cause, figure out the solution, and then once we have the solution ready, free her.
Yeah. I think it has something to do with the nature of their powers in particular, maybe.
So, Clover had
and
acid.
maybe they're theming. That and maybe they're theming. I want to point something out. The Queen of Hatred is literally your stereotypical magical girl. Outfit and everything. She has a magic wand. She has a bright pink poofy dress. She goes on about fighting evil and fighting for justice and everything, right? Fucking Guppy. I heard you go, whisper, whisper, whisper.
They're aura farming.
He has no aura to speak of.
I mean, are you seeing this? That's aura. More than you. Look at you, just laying on the floor.
He looks
He
like he's
looks
trying
cool.
to pose for some... He looks like he's trying to do a superhero pose.
No, he's
but
like
he can't pull
Piccolo.
it off because he doesn't have the figure for it. No. He's not good enough to be Piccolo. And we both know this. Look at him.
Nah, he has Piccolo vibes.
Good. Anyway,
I'll
the
take
Queen
that.
of Hatred might be easier to help. No. The Queen of Hatred would be harder to help than the King of Greed. Queen of Hatred, she's easy to figure out. She's literally the stereotypical magical girl. Fights for truth, justice, helping people. But, obviously...
The issue will
if
be
it's
if
not
she's
needed.
constantly fighting.
I think she's thrown herself into that constantly fighting because that's what she believes is all there is for her. I don't think she has a quote-unquote human life anymore. I think all there is at this moment is the Queen of Hatred. The magical girl, and that's it. She would be the hardest to help, I think. Because for who knows how long she's been doing this, it has been ingrained that there must always be an evil to fight. And that is my job, to fight that evil. There's a show actually, I think, about magical girls that's like literally very similar to this. I can't remember what it is though.
Blake, what's it called?
Yes, go to Blake, the weeb.
To be fair, she
I mean, aren't
watches a
they
lot
actually
of-
Japanese?
She is, that's the best part.
She also said Madoka. I don't know if
Madoka.
that makes it better or worse.
We can literally put it into a search engine. The King of Greed will be easy. We just have to figure out the main thing. That won't be too hard. Because we can literally ask the Queen of Hatred what her power is and what's going on so we can help her. Because she would be all for that. Same with Celeste if we ever meet her. We can ask her too. I know apparently when the Queen... She has a name. I know she does. I just don't know it. When she, quote-unquote, when she suppresses the others, she says something to them. She says if she wasn't inside the facility, she would have lost to the King of Greed. And so Celeste was consumed too. Can the cycle not be stopped?
Oh,
you know what?
no.
Hatchling, Jolly Rancher, you two have homework. Go watch Madoka.
Oh,
Come back to
no.
me. What's up?
Don't say that. I've seen a little bit of that show.
I don't know what you want from me, man. I'm like making guesstimates.
It's
with
not
the-
good.
I think
Hero.
we should stop for now.
Put your arm up.
It's not good, Miss Grey Warden, because
Yeah.
here's
I
the
figure
thing.
it's not good.
There you go.
So the premise of the show, right, is the magical girls fighting the monsters called the witches.
Okay.
Later down the line, it turns out that the magical girls are the witches because they made a deal with a cosmic entity.
See, this is why magical girl mascots are evil and all need to be Krebs dumped. That's
Magical
the
girls
issue
are fun.
Did you not just like pay? Did you
What
not pay
if-
attention to the
I
last
mean-
like 10 minutes?
There's so at the end of the
Do
series.
you think
at
there
the end of
might
the-
be a mascot here?
Patty.
No, not a mascot. No.
Horse.
So towards
Magical
the end
girl.
of the towards the end of the
Queen
series, not
Yeah,
the
Horse
series.
Queen.
Towards the end of the story, quote unquote.
Yeah.
First reset. There was a large.
The horses
creature,
killed off the birds in Orlando Saga.
right?
True.
A way large creature, which is a conglomeration of all the witches in the area. which is called Walpurgisnacht. I think that's how you pronounce it. My German's
Yeah.
not good.
Well,
Okay.
it's not knocked. Yeah.
Okay, and
Forgive me,
these
I'm laying
witches...
down. I can't do the.
No, it's fine. Now these witches, right, are born out of the negative emotions of these magical girls.
Yeah.
We might have another fusion on our hands.
You think if all 4 succumb to whatever happens to them, something would show up? Okay.
Either they become that, or something shows up.
That's very likely. I think our biggest thing, though, is I do think it's very much a mental thing, so they all need therapy outside of the King of Greed. I think there's something just fundamentally wrong with the King of Greed's power.
Okay. You know what? First things first, let's deal with Dorothy.
Yes.
Yeah,
sorry.
I have been
let's deal
thinking
with
we're
Dorothy.
getting a little.
Look, this is what I do, okay? I get paranoid and I start prepping for everything.
I'd rather deal with Dorothy because...
There's a reason I have a kill book.
Oh, you have a kill book. Okay.
Yeah,
I'd
that
rather
doesn't
deal with
surprise me.
Dorothy, considering she's the one that we know most about, and
And
we
can
can
help in
probably
the
manage. Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, I
And
have
I'd
a kill
rather
book.
help. Yeah, and I'd
It's
rather
a-
help.
No, I didn't lay it before you
Rather
asked.
help them. She absolutely did. She's a dragon.
I didn't lay the egg. It's a Pokemon egg. It was given to me because it's easy.
Again, you need to bring me on one of those outings.
Yes, 100%.
Happy Intergalactic Egg Laying Day.
Happy Intergalactic Egg Laying Day, but I didn't lay the egg.
Yes, you did.
No, I did.
See you all later. I'm pretty sure
I
we
don't
all
know what this
moving
thing's
out
gonna
already.
hatch into. For all I know, it's gonna be a damn fairy type.
It's gonna be a
If it turns
dragon
into a
type,
dragon
obviously.
type, that'd be funny.
It's not gonna turn into a dragon, knowing
what do
my
you mean
luck.
type?
I mean, knowing your luck, it would.
So, Pokemon comes in many different types. Normal types, fighting types, grass, fire, you name it. It's
Elemental?
basic-
Elemental, yes.
Yes, but also things like metal, psychic, ghost.
Metal is technically an element.
Walk and talk.
Walk and talk.
Ghost.
Yes.
Ghost is a type as well, yes.
Yes, there are many Pokemon that are literal
They are
ghosts, and
immune
then you
to
can
normal
phase
types.
through them.
And they can lay eggs. Okay.
Yeah.
Pokemon are weird, okay? You'll find out as soon as the hatchling
but-
takes you.
Only certain Pokemon within egg groups. I guess you could say it's closer to like the mammal reptile part of the
So,
genome.
oh, like taxonomy. Okay, so like,
Yeah.
okay.
I want to point out, Blake, with your luck, that will be a dragon type.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
If it is, I hope it's a Dratini. I like Dratinis. They're cute.
It's gonna be a Magikarp.
Like we
Dragon
said in
that
the
I had
past,
no-
You are not a
you-
Dratini.
It's a Magikarp.
You're saying
Dratini
words
is a
I have no
Pokemon.
idea what the. I know, but you're saying words that I have no idea
Okay,
what they are.
okay. So a Dratini is basically a small
You're
noodle,
getting a
but it's
horsey.
dragon.
Nah,
You're gonna enjoy
Magikarp.
your horsey.
Horsey.
Seadras
Okay.
are great. I don't know what you're going on about.
It's like a little seahorse.
It's literally a
Sea dra-
seahorse.
Sea
Seadra.
dragon?
Y-
Okay.
Basically, it's a seahorse with draconic attributes and appearance.
Okay.
You have a phone, Cosmo. Look it up.
Happy Egg Laying Day.
My first time looking at it.
Cosmo,
Look up just look up
I'm
Pokemon.
going
watch
to
the
give you
show.
my Pokemon games. I'll let you play them, okay?
They're games?
There's games. There's a card
There's
game.
games,
There's an anime.
It's a very marketable thing.
There's
and
many
people have
anime.
them.
There's movies. There's a live action movie.
You know what? We're overloading the boy. Let's.
Look,
You know what? Better
Cosmo?
yet,
No,
come
hang on. I
over
have a better
tonight.
idea. No, I have a better
Come over
idea.
tonight.
Cosmo, we're going to No, is it Akihabara? We're going to Akihabara. We're taking you to a
I'm going
Nintendo
with-
store.
I'm going with.
Me personally,
shoulder.
I'm gonna be busy. I'm gonna go.
With your
I'm gonna go do the most important activity of all during this most holy of days. Giving myself a cloaca.